everybody. Another little session of BigSrod's Live. It's January 25th, 2026. Broadcasting from South Carolina. Hope y'all are doing good on this Sunday night. Hope everybody's staying out of that weather. Hope you didn't get hit by that weather too hard tonight. Yesterday. Last night. It's raining here in South Carolina still, but we got above freezing temperatures, which is a good thing. Usually it's below freezing. Has been the last couple of days, so that's a good thing. But it's going to be a cold week ahead of us, so we'll gear up for that. Got a couple of things I'm going to do tonight. I'm going to set this reel seat on. We're going to fancy up this rod. We're going to put the reel seat guides or grips and stuff on this new rod build we're starting. And going to put a coat over there on another rod. Got a couple of things we're going to do tonight. K. Joe, what's up, brother? Welcome, 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 man. Jeff Wheels, what's up, man? Welcome, fellas. Hope y'all are doing good tonight. Hope y'all are doing good tonight. Appreciate y'all joining me. Appreciate that. Hope y'all are doing good on this Sunday night. K. Joe Turner was just hanging out with me on the Facebook subscribers live. Had a pretty good time on there. We was wilding out on that. We wild out on the Facebook lives, y'all. We get a little wild out there. Troy, what's up, man? Welcome, Troy. Welcome, Troy. Welcome, welcome. Long time no see. Dirty Game Birds, what's up, man? What's up, Dirty? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Troy says, sorry, man. That's all right, Troy. This ain't no problem, man. I got you down for an entry on there, though. I do have you down for an entry, my brother. I do have you down for an entry. Hope everybody's doing good tonight. We're gonna put these grips on. First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna put the butt grip on and the rear grip. And then we'll let that dry for a little while we put a coat of epoxy on this other rod. Shoot the breeze a little bit. I'll show y'all how we work here. Show y'all how we put these grips and guides on, or the grips and reel seat. I don't know why I keep saying guides. I keep wanting to say guides on it. You welcome, Troy. You welcome, Troy. You know I got your back. You know I got your back. That's right. Let me see if I can turn this down. Y'all give me just a minute. Give it a few minutes. Let a couple people hop on if they're going to hop on, and then we'll get rolling here in just a minute. Let's see if I can bring up something here. I like to bring up the YouTube on this bigger screen right here so I can see the comments a little better. I seem to be able to see the comments a little better. Let's go here. All right. There we go. Sorry about that. -16 tonight, said Troy. Man, you better bundle up, brother. Make sure you bundle up, man. My goodness. That's cold. That's some cold weather right there. That's definitely some cold weather. Make sure you stay warm, brother. Y'all, what we got here is we got a 7-foot light power. It's a light power. Moderate action. I think it's a moderate. Yeah, pretty sure. What we're going to do with this tonight is we're going to put, before the live's over, we're going to have this thing looking like an actual rod. We're going to put these grips that I shaped. I know y'all was wondering about that. I shaped them grips and things are looking sweet. I shaped them up, that's going to be the rear grip. And the foregrip on it. It's going to look pretty good. That's going to look pretty sweet. Then we got I did a little fanciness on the butt grip. We're going to put this one on, and we're going to put this one on right now. We're going to let those dry after we put those on this rod. We're going to let those dry for a minute, and then we're going to put that up for a minute, let it get to drying a little bit, and then we'll put the reel seat on in the front grip after we put a coat of epoxy on this other rod. That'll be the agenda kind of tonight, get things going. That'd be the agenda to get things going. Hey, if y'all are in the chat, make sure y'all hit the like, man, or tap the screen if y'all don't mind. And if you're new to the page or new to the channel right here, make sure you subscribe, man. We're gonna be we like to build rods and talk crap, tell fishing stories and lies. Y'all know how it is. Y'all know how it is. But what we're gonna do, everybody, is we're on the end down here. We're gonna go ahead and set this grip right there. I think I got to pull this back some. If I'm correct, make sure I get that out of the way. Make sure that's pulled back. We're going to put the butt grip on this thing, and then we're going to put full grip on it. Make sure that's going to cover it up. We're going to do a few things real quick. Put a few things on it. Cut a little layer off of it. Peel back a little bit of this if I can. That way it don't stick out further than my grip just a little bit. I had it a little bit long on there. Meant to do this earlier, but you know how I am. You know how I am. Oh, goodness. What do you cut? I'm just cutting a little bit of the, there's a little, my tape right here that I have built up for a little arbor for the grip to grab on. It was a little bit long, so I'm taking a little bit of that off. I wanted to do it earlier and I forgot to. It's just a little bit of the tab, and it's a little bit of a piece of the tape where it says what, when the rod comes in, it tells you what model it is and what action and power. Taking that off real quick so it ain't sticking out further than the grip. They're not supposed to put it on that far up. They're supposed to put it down where you can not have to worry about doing actually what I'm doing. They're supposed to put it back far enough that grips will cover it. If you had a full grip, it'd cover it, but this being a split grip, it's not quite covering it. So I'm just taking a little hair off of it so I can shave that thing down just a little bit on the tape. My arbor, little tape arbor was a little bit big. Thump 'em soft plastic. What's up, Dan? What's up, brother? Getting ready to throw some stuff on this rod. Get ready to throw a few things on here. We're gonna make up some glue, y'all. This is pro paste. It ain't quite like the epoxy. This stuff right here is just equal amounts, and you gotta just mix it good. You ain't gotta mix it for 5 minutes or nothing like that. It's a pretty thick paste. We're not gonna use a whole lot right now because we're doing just the 2 little grips right now. We're not doing a whole bunch. So we're not going to waste a whole bunch. That's probably too much, to be honest with you. That right there, that's probably too much. Probably too much right there. This stuff is nice and I'll tell you what, this stuff works for everything. If you really want some, good you really want some good sticking stuff, this epoxy or this pro paste glue is the stuff. Works real good. Works real good. Hope you're doing good, Dan. Dan was just hanging out with us on the Facebook Live. Y'all, I'm just mixing this up right now. You ain't got to mix it real for no 5 minutes or nothing like that. You just got to get it to turn the right color and get it mixed in good. Then you can put it on. This is a little too much. I told y'all this would be too much. I would make too much. It'll probably be set up. It'll be set up too much by the time I get the other one ready. I ain't sure about that top layer right there. I don't think I mixed that little bit right there at the top good. Don't take a whole lot. Now what you get there, a little blob, a little blob, a little blob. You know what I mean? Shining. Sorry, that light's shining a little off it. Dan's late this time. Dan, Troy beat you on this one. Add a QA sticker. What does that mean? Thing's asking me if I want to add a QA sticker. I'm not sure what that means. We ain't going to add nothing we don't know nothing about right now. That's all there is to it. All right, I'm going to put a little on this back one. We're going to put this back grip on first. I got y'all out of screen for a minute right now, but we'll get y'all back in a minute. I'm running out of room on this end of the shop here. Trying to get this all. I've never really done rod building on live like this, so I'm getting used to where I can set stuff up and where my camera needs to be. Exactly. I don't mind putting a little extra of this on. If you don't put enough, that's a problem. You can always wipe off the extra. Like you're going to see me doing quite a bit of. There we get some nice blob on there. Look at that. We got some nice glue on there. We'll put this butt grip on. That's what we're going to do. Watch out behind you. Outdoors, bro. You're cool, bro, man. Appreciate that, man. If you think I'm cool, man, you got to be pretty cool yourself, so. I'm just going to push that up on there, y'all. Go back and forth a little bit. Make sure I get the glue in there good. Gonna push most of it out. And that's quite all right. That's why we got alcohol. That's why we got the alcohol. Pull it just a hair past it. Just a hair past the blank. Like that. A little something like that. I'm subscribing. Appreciate that, man. Hit that like button. And subscribe, brother. I appreciate that. I'll shoot a sub back. We building custom fishing rods, man. Southern California here. Have you heard of fishing Syndicate rod? Huh. I don't know. Never heard of that, brother. Welcome, man. Welcome, brother. I've never heard of that, which is bizarre because I usually, know my fishing rod's pretty good. Being that I'm a custom rod builder, I usually know about that. I'm glad you could check in from Southern California over there, brother. Glad you could check in with us, but I've never heard of that, man. You know? I hate to sound like I don't know what I'm talking about, but I've never heard of that. Be right back. Grab another towel here. Man, I got to say, I ain't never heard of it. I might not be familiar with what you're calling it or something. It might be a little something different. I'm not sure. Not exactly sure about that. All right, we got that back grip on, y'all. Now we're going to put your fighting grip is what we'll call it. Not really your fighting grip, but your foregrip. Your butt grip. We'll put that down here. Put it on the right way. We'll put it on backwards now. It's going to come right down in here, y'all. And it's going to sit about right. No. Yeah. Don't talk to me like that. Y'all didn't see that. Not sure if one will get it. I might have to put a little arbor on this one, which will be all right. Put a little piece of tape on it to grab it. You see that? I was looking at the camera. I wasn't looking at what I was actually doing. Hit the wrong damn arbor. Gonna put a little piece of tape on this, like I said, though, to grab a little bit of that. How to make sure. I'm making sure, because that other grip is the other front's the same size as that, and I don't want it to pull all the glue off when I put it on there. I don't want it to pull all the glue off when I come across it with the other grip, because I gotta bring the other grip, the real seat up. That should work. That should work. That should work, y'all. Steve, what's up, brother? Welcome, Steve. Welcome, man. We're working on rods again. We're doing some more rod building. Some more of that rod building. You know how we roll. You know how we roll. Put a little glue on this. I'm going to set these grips. I'm working on a light box for someone. Oh, that's awesome, brother. Steve does some awesome light boxes. If anybody's interested in a nice light box, 3D printed. He does a lot of 3D printing. He has a nice 3D printing machine over there at House of Great House Customs. Oh, Steve in there. Make sure y'all sub up to Steve in the chat. Sub up to all of them if you don't mind. All my peeps in the chat. Steve, Troy, K. Joe. Oh, Dirty Bird. Oh, Dirty Bird. Oh. All right, put us a good little bit of that on there. Got us a nice little coat of that. Nice little coat of that on there, y'all. Oops. A little bit up here. This stuff gets a little bit messy. Find that sweet spot. Find that sweet spot. Working on a light box for somebody. I wonder who that could be. Got to clean her up, y'all. Before that glue dries. It'll take it, with about 30 minutes it'll set. 30 minutes, you don't want to break the bond. After about 20 minutes, probably, actually, myself to be safe. After about 20 minutes, you don't want to do no more spinning on it. You do not want to break the bond after that, if you know what I mean. Because your word is your bond. My word's my bond. Oh, that's how it is. Your word is your bond, play. Alright, just get cleaning on this. A lot of glue on here. Get it all off there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry, y'all. Serious mode right now. Too bad. Looking pretty good. It's looking pretty good, y'all. It's looking pretty good here. What's the name of the rod? I don't know, man. I was going to leave that up to y'all. Bob, what's up, man? Welcome, Bob. How you doing tonight? Red Wave. What is up, man? Doing good tonight. Hope you're doing good, man. Hope you're doing good, Red Wave. Hope you're doing good too, Bob. Putting a little rod together right here, y'all. Starting to look like a rod here. Got the back parts of it right here. Boom, boom. Man, that's going to be perfect. We're going to put the reel seat in right here. Next, we'll put that in the foregrip on. Boom. That'll be next. But we got to let this right here dry for a minute or two. So what we're going to do is I'm going to make sure this is cleaned up here for a minute. We're going to take this off. I'm going to set it up there on the rack. We're going to pull another rod down. I'm going to put a coat of epoxy on it. That'll take about 30 minutes or so. That'll be enough time for this to set. Then we're going to pull this one back off, and then I'll put the arbors on for the reel seat and the front grip, and we'll get it set before the night's over. We'll get this rod set, and we can call it another rod born. Brand new rod born. White lightning. Ha! Ha! Elvado Fishing, what's up, man? Welcome back, brother. Welcome back, man. I subbed you up last night. I think I got you on the sub, man. Someone said he was thinking the same thing, huh? White lightning, huh? Bob said he just caught a 3-pound rainbow trout on a piece of ham. Man, that's what I'm talking about. Ah, that's what I'm talking about. That's awesome. That is awesome, man. White lightning. We can call it that. We can call it that. My glue's already starting to get thick on us, y'all. That's why that was a little thicker. I went about just as long as I want to go without worrying about breaking the bond. That was, I guess we had that wasn't even quite 10 minutes. And this glue's starting to thicken up now. After about 20 minutes, you don't want to twist it or do anything because if you push, it will turn. And if you break the bond, it's over. After about 2 or 3 hours, it's fully set. After about 2 or 3 hours, that glue is fully set. So, but you can work with it like we're going to do after about 35, 45 minutes. You can work with it long as you ain't up there twisting it hard. I give it 24 hours once I put it on. I set it up on the rod 24 hours before I even do anything else with it. Before I touch it again, just so the glue sets on the reel seat and the grips. You don't want none of those breaking loose on you halfway down the road, if you know what I mean. Elvato Fisher said he's never used ham for bait before. Man, trout. I know trout will eat it now. Trout will eat all kinds of stuff. Trout will eat corn, ham, marshmallows, about what you put on there. They'll eat it. Pretty good. Most of the time. Still raining outside a little bit, but at least it's above freezing right now, y'all. It's been below freezing all day. It's been 27 degrees up to about an hour and a half ago. First drink of my magic potion. Tastes so good. Huh. That's what I'm talking about. It's still 33 in North Carolina, said True Carolina Outdoors. Man. Still 33. It's something like that right here. I think it's just right above freezing. It's like 34. It's like 34, 35 degrees here in over here in South Carolina. 35, 34 degrees, something like that. Just above freezing a little bit. Wasn't bad here. Went bass fishing a little bit. Elvato Fishing, where you at? I forgot where you's from. What state are you from, man? What state are you in, brother? Where you at? You might have mentioned it last night. I forgot. I done forgot, man. You can ask them other boys in here. I be forgetting stuff. I'm terrible. I'm terrible. I be forgetting stuff. I need this cold to go away. I'm ready for the spring run. I'm ready for the spring too, man. I'm ready. I hope you get feeling better, True Living. Or True Carolina Outdoors. I hope you get to feeling better, man. 12 degrees said thumping. It feels like 1 degrees. Man, I bet so. That's awful. That's awful cold right there. Oregon, okay. 20 or 30 not. In Oregon, it's partly cold around 30. 20, but not bad for me. That ain't too bad. Oregon, huh? That's pretty. That's wild, man. You way up in the top, man. Up in the top northwest corner of the United States. I hear you, man. Oregon. That's a good ways up there. 3 degrees here and feels like -9, said Steve. Man, it's cold, y'all. Woo! It's cold, y'all. That's what it is. It's cold. It is cold. What we're going to do with this right here, y'all, is we got this set where we want them at. Looking pretty good. Starting to look like a rod. We're going to let this dry for a minute. I'm going to swap it out with another rod up here. I want to put a coat of epoxy on this subscriber rod. Oh, man. I'm going to move a few things around. Y'all give me just a minute. I'm going to move a few things around, get us set up for this next, for the next step in my rod building night. Our rod building night. I apologize. Our rod building night. I'm good. I meant the cold weather. Oh, I got you, man. I'm sorry. 43 is a high this week. Yeah, that's how we are, too. Yeah, I think y'all about the same as us. We're getting down in the teens every night and 20s. True Carolina. The snow will be here a while, said Steve. Roof tomorrow. Sweep it off. I bet so, man. Yesterday morning was brutal. Negative 25 to 30 wind chill. Soft plastic. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That is crazy. Gonna go out and smoke real quick. Go ahead, man. Go and do your thing there, man. We'll be around for a little bit. I gotta set a few things up. I gotta mix this epoxy first. Y'all know how that is. Gotta mix the epoxy. It's so annoying. Mixing the epoxy. Sorry, though. Well, like I said, we're going to put a coat. I'm going to put a coat on this sweet rod wrap right here. Okay, everybody? And then once we do that, it'll probably take about 30 minutes or so to get that fully done. And then we'll get back to that other rod and we'll finish putting it together. Show y'all how we put the real seat on and build the arbors for it and how we put the foregrip on it. And that thing will be looking sweet. That thing will be looking sweet then. Better believe it. Sorry, y'all. Let me grab a few more towels. Use a lot of towels in this business. Go through quite a few towels in the rod building stuff. It's because you make a mess all the time. Messy. They got a 12-foot ugly stick I wouldn't mind getting redone in cork grips. And better guides. Huh. That can be done. You know, it can be redone. Redoing cork grips is a little bit of a That's kind of a pain. I mean, it can be done. A little bit of a pain, but what ain't, you know what I mean, anymore these days and time. I'm going to set this to the side up here. Get that up out of the way and switch our setup over to a epoxy setup. Wanted to check in. Bex, what's up, man? That's all right, brother. Appreciate you jumping in, man. We're doing a little rod epoxy. Filling this rod up. Got the back part of this one done, Bex. It's looking pretty good. We got to do the seat here in a little while. Put the front grips on it, man. The thing's starting to look pretty good. It's that new one we're putting together. She's starting to come alive, buddy. She's starting to come alive. But that's all right, man. You do your thing. Appreciate you checking in. Appreciate you checking in on us, man. Beck says it's looking really nice. Appreciate that, man. It is looking nice, man. We got that thing going on. We got that thing going on. All right. So we're going to have to jump out of this a minute. We're going to have to do our timer. Edit on the back. Hey, Bex. Rod's looking nice. Appreciate it, man. You know what I mean? What do you mean, Monster Slayer? What's up, man? V Demon Slayer. I meant Demons Monster Slayer. What do you mean? I am looking for 80 to 30 blank for rods and offshore tuna and more. Boy, that's a good one, man. That's a good one. They're out there. It can be done. It can be done, brother. It can be done. It can definitely be done, man. You can do that. You can, yeah, if you're interested in doing anything with a rod or something like that, man, you can let me know. Give this a minute to come down in there. I got some more epoxy coming along with some decals and a few other things. I'm waiting on them to come in. I like to keep it above I like to keep it like 75 degrees here in the spin shop back here, but it's been getting down. It's about 67, 66 back here in the back because it's in the back of the house. I only have one vent in here for the HVAC. Ah! Who did that? Y'all keep your hands to yourself. Don't be pushing over my stuff. Who did that? I'm letting it drain down a little bit, y'all, and get the bubble. Let the bubbles come out of it. Let the bubbles get out of it. Where are you out of? I just don't want a chance of shipping custom rods. Yeah, shoot, man. Yeah, if you did anything with the red, if you're in North Carolina, it'd be best for us just to meet up. You know what I mean? If you're within an hour and a half or two, be honest, maybe it'd be best to reach up. 2 to 3 hours, it'd be best to meet up. Because I don't like shipping rods either. I'm right in the central part of Carolina, right around the outskirts of Columbia, South Carolina. It's the outskirts of Columbia, South Carolina. Near Fort Bragg. Okay, you're up there by my sister. We can make that happen. We can make that happen. My sister lives up in Fayetteville, or up there. She lives outside of Fayetteville. So, yeah, that ain't too far away. Yeah, Steve said he hears that, man. True lives in Fayetteville. I got you, brother. That's what I figured, man. I don't holler people's stuff out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't ever, people that town's not on social media, you know. I want to put it out, you know. I don't like putting my information out there, you know. So I don't usually put people's out there. But yeah, Fort Bragg is, yeah. But she's up there, so I make my way up there. You know, I'm rude. I don't go up there as much as I should and see her. But I do make my way up there. We can make that happen. We definitely, at that area, we wouldn't ship, man. We definitely just have to meet up. Y'all, we're going to do 1 milligram tonight. We're going to do 1 milligram. This is a Flex Coat High Build Ultra V. Helps with that sun. It's a 2-part epoxy. We got to mix this together for 5 minutes. You don't want to mix it together for 4 minutes and 30 seconds because it'll mess up on you. It won't harden right. I figured that out the hard way when I started doing this. Figured that out the hard way. Oh, goodness. I'm going to set a timer for 5 minutes. We're going to sit here and y'all entertain me for 5 minutes while we stir this. Because, no, I don't have one of them automatic stirrers. No. BigSrod's budget rod building around here. Budget rod building. We do everything by hand. I run a business, so it's cool. Service reels in the area. You service reels? What you got? Do you have a page at True Living? Do you have a Facebook page? I mean, I can definitely give you a lot of shout outs, and I had a lot of people ask me a lot of times if I deal with rods or if I deal with reels too, if I service them and repair them and customize them, and I don't mess with them like that. I do a little bit of my own service. I service my own ones, my own reels, but I wouldn't want to do it for other people. But I have a lot of people that ask about reels, man. Put your name out there. Definitely put your name out there. I can pretty good on Facebook. I can do it on here a little bit too. I think you can share stuff. I'm figuring this YouTube thing out, man. I do mostly conventional reel spinners are a pain. I got you. I got you, man. Steve said he has one of the mixers. I don't think I'd use it much either if I had it. The only time I think I would get to maybe using it, one with the heater on, it's pretty nice. Put it on there and be able to just throw it over here and set it on there and talk to y'all, for a minute. What's up, Chris? Welcome, brother. Welcome, my man. Yeah, same as my YouTube. I'll check you out, man. Check you out. True Carolina Outdoors. I'll check you out. Very fluent in old school pins. I got quite a few old school pins, man. I got quite a few old school pins up here on the rack. Right now. On the rack right now. Y'all, if you don't mix this epoxy for 5 minutes and do it exactly for 5 minutes or a little more and kind of watch your bubbles, it's a pain. And what it'll do is it won't harden like it's supposed to. It'll stay sticky. Now, what you got to do is if that happens, because you can ask me because I've done it quite a few times in my beginning. It just don't dry all the way. It's sticky and tacky. Only thing you can do is just don't touch it. You know what I mean? Because it'll get fingerprints on it and you'll have fingerprints showing through it. But don't touch it and just leave it alone and get ready. Make up a new batch of epoxy. Do it right. And then just easily put a coat or two over it and it'll cover it up. But if you put your fingers on it, you're going to have to... if you put your fingers on it, you'll be screwed. All mine are pre-2004. My International 3 is early 6. That's what I mean. I got old ones. It's like me. I got old ones like that. That's what I got up here. I got level winds and peerless. Good games today. Yeah, man, they were going off and on the NFL. They were going buck wild on the NFL. I don't time mine. I just mix until it goes cloudy and then back clear. Once it goes back clear, it's ready to use. 4Gen. Yeah, man, I don't do that on this. I don't do that on this flex code. I tried that. I tried to do that, waiting. Once it started getting cleared up again, I was like, oh, yeah, that's good. Huh? And then one time I did it for about 4 minutes on here. And I was like, that should be good. I'm tired of stirring. Shit, thing messed up on me again, too. I said, what the hell? I'm going to see if the Trout want to play on Tuesday. I hear you, Chris. Good luck, man. I hope you do good, brother. I hope you do good, brother. I hope you do good. Wishing you some luck. Wishing you some luck. All right. That should do it right there. Set that stuff at an angle like that so I can keep it all in the corner down there. My cups are kind of big for what amount I'm using. I'm using quite a bit right now. Or I got quite a big cup for the little. I'm not using a whole lot because all I'm going to do is epoxy this for right now. I'm just going to epoxy our thread cover. You know what I mean? Make sure I ain't got no little particles on it. No particles. Sorry about the noise. Y'all know my machine's loud. Fairy dust. Okay, Joe. That's right. You know any good king mackerel 50-pound blanks? Man, you talking about just the blank? Or rods? This one, this one right here, man, is the slip clutch. That way I can stop it while it's running, but it's my most annoying one because I think the fact that I can sit there and do that makes it to where the bearings in it want to go faster, I think. Is what I feel like. Just roll with it. Big old fan. What's up, big old fan? What is up? Welcome, welcome, brother. We build fishing rods. Now we building custom fishing rods up in here. That's what we doing. We're building custom fishing rods. Gonna put us a nice coat of epoxy on this. First coat on this thread wrap we've done right here. Awesome thread wrap. It's looking pretty good, y'all. Sorry, y'all, I'm focusing at the moment. Something I don't always do. I'm not real good at it, so I have to try twice as hard. Try twice as hard to focus. It's going on pretty smooth. Yeah, Steve, if I got one of them power wrappers, man, this would go a lot faster. He's in a hurry, though, man. He's in a hurry. I'm not in a hurry. I'd rather do a lot of thin coats than a couple of thick coats. Thin coats, you get it, it looks better. Gets a lot more level. Everything just looks better. It just works out better. It goes on better. Everything's better when you use thin coats, y'all. The Fishing Expo this weekend. If you don't go to the coast, going to the expo. That's awesome, man. Yeah, it does. Yeah, you get thinner coats. Everything just looks better when you're using thinner coats. It's looking pretty good. This stuff looks amazing when you're done with it. The glass, it looks like glass. Looks like glass right now, you know. I've already put a coat of thread sealer on this a while back. So I did put thread sealer on it. Oh, there's one in Ewing. I don't know how to say that. Here, won't be able to go though, I don't think. Man, I hope you make it to it. No fishing. Doodah, this will be the first fishing expo ever here in my city. Man, that's a good, hey, that's awesome. Glad they're finally getting something going on there. Glad they finally getting an expo going on there. True Carolina. And I hope you, Elvado Fishing, I hope you get to make it to the yours that's coming up. You know what I mean? I enjoy fishing expos, and we got the Sportsman's Classic here in South Carolina. It's just outdoors in general, but it's still fun to go to. Still fun to go to. There we go. It puts a nice little coat on that. It's not looking too bad. Watch my hand right there. I don't want to put my palm down into that beautiful epoxy job we got. Oh, cheat! Oh, no! Oh, jeez. Ah! I'll be done dropped it if I don't watch out. Better be careful. We're going to put a little bit of this on there. I'm gonna get a few of these little bubbles out. Get a few of these little bubbles out. Don't want to get it too hot, y'all. We ain't gonna get it too hot. We just want to pop a few of them bubbles in there. There we go. Ooh-wee. That thing turns to beauty when you do that. Y'all put a little. I put this heat gun on there, and if there's any air in it, any bubbles, it gets it right. It gets it out, makes it look pretty. But don't get it too hot. Don't get it too hot. We're gonna put a little dab on here while we got it hot. Oh yeah. It's looking pretty right. Put a little dab on here. Put this epoxy on real nice and thin, y'all. Build it up real, couple thin coats. Sometimes I get impatient with it myself. I'm like, I'm wanting to get it done, but I got to remember thin coats makes it do right, makes it look good. And I've brushed some before and just seen the difference. I mean, anybody out there just looking at it probably wouldn't be able to tell, but I can tell. Look, man, it just ain't got that deep, dark, thick, see-through glass. Look. Put a couple of coats on it, it just makes it look prettier. We'll call it prettier. Double tap the screen. That's right. I appreciate that, Chris. And follow on Facebook. Yeah, Facebook's got it. We got it going on Facebook right now. They just held the Raleigh Expo, but was 2 hours away, and anything in Raleigh is ridiculously overpriced and overcrowded. Man, that sucks, true, Carolina. Facebook doesn't tell me when people are live, etc., so I miss out. I got you, man. I'll shoot you. I'll check you out on Facebook too, man. True Carolina. Follow you too, man. Check you out on that. Show some love on it. Yeah, we got it going on. Them live shows get a free chance at a custom rod. It's always nice. Free rod, free custom fishing rod is real nice. Sounds real nice. Sounds real nice. What color we're gonna put in this today? Let's see what color we're gonna put in our epoxy tonight. Put a little dab of heat on this, y'all. Yeah, we will have to do the round and simple old school builds. Yeah, we will have to talk on the rods. I like simple old school builds. I got you, man. That's how I am too. I like efficient. Maybe a little bit of customization. Yeah, I finally cleared the holiday birthdays for a bit. Man, we just getting done. I don't know how we are. A lot of us just getting caught back up from Christmas. Ooh. For sure. That thing's looking good, y'all. What thing looks good, don't it? Ain't shining now, boy. They got the glass on it. We got the glass on it now. We got the glass on it now. I'm going to quieten it down for y'all a little bit. Oh, goodness. Here we go. That's a little more quieter. It's not as loud. Let's see. Let's do a... I'll be right back over to y'all. Try another color out. See what this color looks like. Let's see what this color looks like while this thing's spinning and drying for us. This color is, we're doing, what's this color look like? I haven't used this a little bit. Haven't used this a whole lot. It's called Duo. Blue-green. It's supposed to be a transition from blue to green. Let's see what that's all about. Let's see what that's all about. Put my glue in the, put my stick in the ground. Boom, boom, boom. See, that's why I'm not getting back. Valentine's Day said that's why. I hear you, brother. I got less problems being single in a small circle. Hey, man, I've been single for a good while, fellas. I've been single for quite a while. Not, well, single. Not in no relationship, let's put it that way. Heck, I've been doing baseball and doing everything with my son, so busy with him. Heck, I ain't had time to have no relationship. You know, you gotta do, you know, just quick dinner date every now and then. My anniversary is Valentine's Day. Would have been 24. Yeah, Steve, that's awesome, brother. That is awesome, man. Yeah, get yourself a good one. We'll put this together right here, y'all, and see what this blue-green looks like. It's supposed to go from blue to green. Pretty close colors anyway, though, already. "9 years," said Chris. Man, that's awesome, brother. Congratulations, man. Congratulations, man. Ooh, it's got a pretty good color to it. Separating it out, y'all. So y'all can get a good look at it, see what this blue-green looks like. Blue-green duo. I always mess around with it, with the epoxy when I got a little bit left over. This ain't bad looking. That's a long time. That is a long time, man. We know she's still celebrating them up there with you. She'll be celebrating them with you when you get up there. She's still celebrating them now, man. She's still celebrating them now, brother. I'll let this tape on into that. We'll wrap that up. We'll wrap that up. Duo blue-green. Can't really see the shift in it, I don't think. It's hard to see there. Supposed to be a blue-green duo. Once we get it out of there, we'll be able to see. I got that. Pulled that other one out from the other day. It's the red blue. You can see that blue shift in there a little bit. It's got a blue shift to it. Something like that, you know what I mean? Something like that. Something like that. I was married once before 12 years. It was 13 too many. Your first one, huh, Steve? So that wasn't the right one. He said that wasn't the right one. Oh, man. Hey, at least you didn't give up, brother. At least you didn't give up. Oh. Oh. Went out there fishing. That's good stuff. I'm gonna get this up out of the way here before we're gonna get that other rod out here in a few minutes. Do another one of the annoying parts of rod building for me is building up the arbor. It gets annoying sometimes. Building up the arbors on them. A little bit annoying sometimes, you know. Goodness. Set that a little bit out of our way some. Set that out of our way a little bit. Building up the arbor is where a power wrapper comes in. Yeah. Yeah. You right. You are right, Steve. You act like you've built rods before. Oh. It's almost like you've built rods before, man. Almost. Almost. All right. Here talking with y'all. This is fun, fun, fun. Oh, man. Yep, we're going to take this bad boy right here. We're going to put the reel seat on and we're going to put the front grip on it. Y'all have me cussing in here. Y'all be having me cussing up in here. Put your locking nut to the front, y'all. Put your locking nut to the front. Don't do like my first couple of rod builds. And put your locking nut to the back. It'll work. It'll work. But it ain't right. It's one of the things that just ain't right. You know what I mean? It just ain't right. That one's looking nice. Thank you, Elvato. Magnet rod. Number 2, 1/62 and handling rod. You don't say, huh? Lots build them with the locking nuts in the back. Yeah, I know. I know. That's why I said that. It just ain't right. But it is. Either way you do it. We're going to pull some of this off. Sorry, y'all. Make sure I got that up far enough so my grip gets covered. I own 4 ugly sticks. Man, I got an ugly stick up here we're remodeling. We're doing a remodel job on. It's gonna be awfully close. I think I can make it work. Michael, what's up, man? Welcome, man. I'm glad you found us too. We're building custom fishing rods. Hope you're doing well on this Sunday night. A tiger jig and catfish, 10 foot and 12 foot. Ooh. Those are pretty nice. Those are pretty sweet. Oh, sorry. Those are pretty sweet. Yeah, that'll work. Those are pretty sweet. Those are pretty sweet. All right. Build a couple of arbors. That's what we're about to do. This is where a power wrapper does come in hand, like Stevie said, like Steve said. Because your hand gets tired in between these, and man, you get aggravated. Casting rods are not as bad. Casting rods have they're a little bit, you ain't got to build them up quite as much. But I don't want to spin with my grip, because if I do, I don't want to break it off. I'm only about 30 minutes. I guess we've been about a 30 minutes or so. I've had these grips been sitting, so I want them to sit a little longer than that. I'd like them to sit a little bit longer than that. Should be pretty close right there. Y'all, we don't want these real tight. We don't want it just to pull all the glue off of it or nothing like that. That's a little bit. I went over a little bit. Went over a little bit on that. I had a nice new ugly stick 2-piece one time. It was a 2-piece when I started my floating trip. One low hanging bush later, it was a 1-piece. I hear you, Steve. A pro caster once told me I can't cast 150 yards with an ugly stick. I do that every time I cast. I hear you. I hear you, man. You got to. Sometimes you got to show people. Beto likes ugly sticks. Heck yeah, man. That's awesome. I like ugly sticks too. pull just a hair more off that. Like just a little more. I want that bond. I want that glue to be able to bond. There we go. We're going to do 4 of these. We're going to do 4 arbors. They have arbors you can just glue on where you don't have to tape them, but I don't like them. I like doing the tape arbors better. Once you get the glue in between them, shoot, man, them things are stuck. They ain't going nowhere. Yeah, we got a nice ugly stick that we're doing a remodel on right now. Got a nice ugly stick we're doing a remodel on. Y'all excuse my diddly dot dot. There. This one's an ugly stick right here. 2-piece. Watch our rod right there. That's a 2-piece. Put some nice marble job on it. It used to say ugly stick and all that in there. I got an ugly stick, new ugly stick decal coming for right there. Nice 2-piece. I think it's sweet. It's only 5 foot long. Good little travel rod, brim buster. Bait grabber. That started out as an ugly stick. Now it's an ugly stick with a twist. Now it's an ugly stick with a twist, man. Now that one's an ugly stick with a twist. With a twist. Sweet ultralight it is. Ultralight, man, those are nice. Ultralights are sweet. Ultralight is sweet. That's exactly what it is, though, brother. There we go. That one was we'll start our 3rd arbor. I like to put 4 on it. Some people only put 2, some put 3, but I like the more space for that glue to grab 2 on the blank or on the real Cedo as well. It's not bad. Broke my ultralight. Shoot, man, I broke rods. That don't mean you're dumb. That means you're using it. You're fishing with it. That means you're fishing with it. That means you're using it, brother. That's all that matters. With that. You just got to be more careful, man. You just got to be more careful, man. I've broke rods before, too. I have broken rods myself, man. No doubt. And I'm a rod builder. Which is better for me to break one than anybody else because I can fix it a little more easier than most people. You know what I mean? I broke it trying to get my lure out of a tree, so I'm a dumb moment. I've been there. I've done this. I've broken rods on branches. I've broken rods on branches. Shoot. I guarantee there's quite a few in the chat here right now that's done the same thing. Shoot. Been there, done that. Been there, done that. Y'all, we're getting these arbors up. We're getting it going. We're getting it going. One more arbor for the bucks. One more arbor up front to keep that thing nice and steady. We'll be ready to glue these bad boys on. We'll be ready to glue them on. He said that makes him feel better. Yeah, man, you ain't. I promise you, you ain't the only one. Hell, half the dumb stuff we think we do. We just don't know that others do it, too. You know what I mean? Once somebody else notices it, then others will do it. You know, that reminds me. One time I live here in South Carolina, and I went to Darlington to the Darlington NASCAR race. And we was out there in the infield, and we was getting ready for the race to start. We was all out there drinking, doing redneck stuff, and started pouring rain on us. We was out there in the infield. It's like a big event or anything like that. You park out there and drink and tailgate before you go in. Well, we was all out there tailgating, and the wind and the rain come in. So we all jumped in our vehicles, and we're all drinking alcohol. So we're sitting in there for a while. Nobody's getting out of their car and everything, right? So I'm the first one. I got to use the bathroom. So we're sitting here, ain't nobody doing nothing. And I went and I jumped out of the truck. I couldn't hold it. I jumped out of the truck and got beside the truck and I just used the bathroom. I went and let it go. And then I'm sitting there using the bathroom. Next thing you know, I hear a couple horns go off, and then next thing you know, doors start opening everywhere. And everybody starts jumping out, and everybody's peeing now. You know what I mean? So who would have known everybody out there had to pee too? You know what I mean? Lou, what's up? Welcome, Lou. We're putting a rod together here. I had to repair my rod before. What do you think about repairing rod tips? Is it worth it? It depends on how far down it's broke. Depends on how much of it is, you know. You know, if it's not more than about 6 inches or so, half a foot, usually it's all right. You should be all right if it ain't past, you know, if it ain't broke further than that down. Hope you're doing good tonight, Lou. Thank you. This thing is looking good. Yeah, it's definitely easy, but it weakens the sensitivity. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it changes it. It definitely changes the sensitivity of the rod and all that stuff. So you can't get away from that, though, really. If you're repairing it, you can't get away from that. You're gonna, you know what I mean? You're gonna lose sensitivity. That's why I say, it depends on the sensitivity of the rod. About 6 inches down. If it's broke past the next guide, if you can't turn the next guide down into a tip, the tip of it is probably going to be a problem. You know, if it's anywhere around that second to the last tip to the guide to the tip, you might be able to get away with it. It's just the tip broken off itself. Yeah, man. Get you a good Dremel. Nice Dremel with a cutting blade on it. And whenever you want to cut it, you know, say if you want to... wherever you want to cut it. You would say if I wanted to cut this blank, I would cut it right there. Okay? That's what I would do. Say if my line, if that's where my mark is that I want to cut, I'll put me a piece of tape on it like that. Take you a piece of tape, just like this white tape I got, and put it to where tape is covering each side of where you're going to cut. So if that's your line in the middle, you know, make it in the middle of your tape. Put your tape on it like that, only about 2 wraps around it. All you're doing is trying to protect the blank from splintering, you know. You do that and get you a good Dremel, pair of safety glasses, and then cut that line that you got in between the tape. And make sure your first layer and second layer, only about 2 layers of tape is on that blank. And if you do that, it'll keep that blank from splintering left and right. You'll get a good clean cut all the way around that thing. That tape will keep it from splintering. That way you can get the tip of it to where, you know, because usually when something breaks, it splinters. So you want to get back past the splintering. You know what I mean? If that helps. Boom. That's pretty good right there, y'all. Boom. Real seats on. Put this foregrip on. Like that. Bam. That's what we're going to have. We're gonna have a rod and reel soon, y'all. We're gonna have not have rod and reel. We're gonna have a rod here soon. What am I missing on here? Tape on that. On that. Boom, boom. We're gonna do that. Gotta put me a little more tape on that. Starting to look like a rod. Tape makes it a lot easier to cut. It does. It does. I've been doing that, making lures, working in sensitive materials. I got you. I got you, brother. I got you. I got you, my man. That's good. That's good. That's nice. That's nice, man. Check out some of you. I need to check out some of your stuff. Need to check out some of your stuff, man. You got going on there. Let's not get too carried away. I hate taking tape off. I don't mind putting extra tape on. There we go. Put it on there. Put it on there. Ugh. Quit shaking back there. Quit shaking back there. Boom, boom. That's going to keep that from moving. That's going to keep that from moving. That'll hold it in tight. That's going to be sweet right there, y'all. We got to glue that thing on. That thing. It's going to look like a rod. The rod story. You know what I mean? He said it's nothing special, but it's fun. Man, that's how I look at it with me. I mean, it ain't nothing special. It's fun. I enjoy myself doing it. I enjoy myself doing it and stuff, so. A little bit tight. I enjoy it, so. That's what really matters. That's what really matters. All right, we're going to put some of this on, y'all. Seen it earlier. Put a little bit of this Pro Paste. We just got to mix 2 equal parts. We didn't have to do none of that 5-minute stuff on this. We just got to get it equal parts and mix it a little bit. This rod you see spinning up here, we just got done putting a nice coat of epoxy on this cross wrap right there. It's looking good. It's looking real good. All right, we need to glue this. Quit playing around and glue this real seat. Probably more than a need, like always. Oh, hell, you know Matt Wilson Big? I'm not sure who that is. You and Steve have great info. Appreciate that, K-Joe. Appreciate that, brother. Just dropped a follow on Facebook. Heck yeah, man. Appreciate that, brother. I'll hit you back. I'll follow you back on there. I'll follow you back. I'll follow you back, brother. There we go. We'll get us that all fixed up. Yeah, man, I'll hit you back on there. Follow you on there as well. We're going to mix this together real good. We ain't got to go for no 5 minutes, thankfully. You know, like I do the epoxy. Y'all, I'm pretty bad about stuff too. I do stuff exactly by the book sometimes, you know. If I have a bad experience with it and I feel like it was because I didn't do something right or I didn't follow the directions exactly, maybe, I'll never not follow the directions exactly 100% correct ever again. I will always follow them to a T after that. And I had experiences with epoxy in that already once. So I'll just say that. Y'all, we ain't about to get greedy. We're about to put this on here. We ain't gonna get greedy. We're gonna get it in between every one of those arbors. I can get this. I can put more of this on, or I can take the excess off. Once I get it on there, I don't like pulling it back off. I feel like I have to put more on it. We don't want to do that. It's called Pro Paste, y'all. Put a little more up front here because it's going to pull it on down the old shank. Get in between all them arbors. Plenty. Plenty. Yeah. That's probably way the hell more than I need to put on there. But probably gonna lose my we're gonna merge it back and forth, kind of pull it back a little bit so that can get in between all them holes. Get in between all them holes there. And pull it back up the stick and put it back more on the stick. Like that. Keep going with it back and forth a little bit. Make sure that stuff's in there, y'all. Then I'm going to pull it down. Up there. Make sure it gets on the real seat right there as well. There we go. Pull that thing up on it. Twist it a little bit. Get it right down. I'm not going to push real hard on it. Push too hard on that thing, it'll push that reel seat back. I'm not sure how good and set my reel seat is, you know what I mean? I find it therapeutic watching you create your fishing. Well, thank you. I'm glad you can do that. Honestly. I get shrimp from his parents near Oak Island. He follows your Facebook. I'll have to think about that one, man. I look like I froze up. I was thinking hard. I'll have to think about that one. I'm not sure who that is. The problem I found with most builders is they have their own brand they will build on and nothing else. I thought it was up to the customer, hence custom. That's what it is, man. Shoot. Everything about this rod we're doing right now it's not mine. Well, some of the marble and stuff, he wants me to do my own thing on it because he's not real worried about it. But as far as on this rod, he picked the colors and the blank and all that. You know what I mean? He tells me kind of what he wants, you know. A lot of customers do tell me, you know, they're like, hey, man, I want green and blue and this. I want this decal on it. I wanted to say this. I wanted to say that. These colors, but you do your own marble and thread work on it, you know. If they want a cross wrap, it don't matter if they want a diamond, a chevron, a whatever, you know. Those are different wraps. So some people do that sometimes, but yeah, I mean, that's my deal with this. This is custom rod building. It's built custom to the customer. You're exactly right, man. I don't know why they do that with their own brand. I mean, if you're building custom rods for people, it has nothing to do with what you want. You know what I mean? When I'm building a rod for somebody, it don't matter what I want. I give them suggestions. People ask for ideas. I want to see other things, but mainly, other than that, it's like, hey, man, you know, it's your rod. Build how you like it. That should work right there. Get it cleaned up like that, y'all. Make sure you get all your glue off it there. Make sure it's pressed up there. Once we get this front one on, we'll make sure everything's pressed where it needs to be. I'll put a little piece of tape on the front of it to hold it on, and we'll be good with that. Mixed Customs rods in Moorhead won't build anything but CTS blanks. Who can afford a CTS? I mean, yeah, well, yeah, I don't do that. I mean, I don't know. I prefer to do, right, if somebody says, hey, you know, what's the best blank, you know, for reliability, this and that, I do Batson. I like Rain Shadow. That's me. If I could be a Rain Shadow dealer, I would. The thing is, he might be like one of those dealers. He might be one of the dealers, and he makes money off of it. It's probably why he does that. You know what I mean? But shouldn't be how it is. You know what I mean? At least, not if you want to build custom rods. You shouldn't be able to. You know, there's so many blanks out there. Like this blank I'm using right here is a custom rod builder's blank. It's an OMB blank. You know what I mean? Man, it's just as good as any of them blanks out there. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just as good as the Rain Shadows and stuff like that. You know what I mean? To me, it is. All right, let's get this front grip on before this crap starts setting on us. We have issues. There we go. Get that on there real good, like. Get that on there real good, like. Hey, we had just enough on this one, y'all. Just enough to do what we need to do on this one. Just enough to do what we need to do on this one. It's very rare I get it just right on the glue. Like that, y'all. Alright, we gotta go find our grip. I lost my foregrip down here somewhere. Oh. It fell off while we was getting dirty. Seeker alone makes 3 blanks. That's right, man. That is right. Yeah, that's why I haven't even started a build, because I don't trust these guys here well enough. Man, I hate that for you, man. We can talk, man. We can talk, brother. We'll be able to fishing rod how you want it. Not how I want it. Who cares what I want? Honestly. So I look at it. Who cares what I want? Make sure you turn that locking nut back right there, too. You don't want it to get all dirty. It's hard as hell to get it out from underneath that. Oof. Like that. Squeeze it on up on there. Let me get another paper towel, y'all. Sorry. I'm using the paper towels up tonight. Yeah, it makes 3K blanks. That's crazy. There ain't no way. Man. Now, there's some people out there. You know, money ain't a thing. It ain't me. That ain't me. Money is a thing for this fella right here. Boy, got a lot. Got a lot on that one. Yeah. There we go. We can get that off of there. Man, she's starting to look all right. There we go. Clean up his key, y'all. Make sure you get it cleaned up good. If you do anything, get it cleaned up good. Once that glue dries on there, it's on there. Dries on, it's on there. You ain't getting it off tomorrow. You won't get it off, nothing off tomorrow. All right. Ooh-wee. Squeezes. Here we go. At this point here, we don't want to turn anymore on that back. We don't want to break no seals. We don't want to break the bond. You know what I mean? And 91%. I use a lot of paper towels and cheap Q-tips. I got Q-tips too. I just didn't go grab one. 91% alcohol. I use 75. I use 75%. Rude Mets. What's up, man? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, I'll get with you for sure, buddy. Been getting his rods built by an experimental builder. I refuse to settle for the special cost of it. I got you, man. Yeah, man, give me a holler, bud. I had a Phoenix casting rod built. It's really nice. Phoenix is good, man. They got a good blank. Damn, Phoenix is a pretty good blank. They're not too bad in pricing wise. They're pretty decent. They're you're gonna pay for them. You know what I mean? It's not the cheapest on the market, but the Phoenix rods are pretty good. Honestly, it's not a bad rod there. It's not a bad rod. I'd build one. I'd build any blank somebody wanted. You want a blank? You want a certain blank? I'll build it. I was looking at rod blanks earlier. I'm about to order a little bit of stuff, and the price is stupid, y'all. The price is stupid, you know what I mean? I mean, out here you got blanks that aren't even really top-end blanks, and they're running over $100 now just for the blank, just for the stick right here, y'all. $100 just for the stick. You know? I mean, $100 for the stick. You're not going to go put a $3 reel seat on a $100 stick, you know what I mean? You're going to get you a $30 reel seat. And then you need to get you a good $30 set of guides. And this is cheap stuff. I'm still on the cheap end of stuff. You know what I mean? It's crazy. And cheap. Do research. It says a lot. That's right, man. Shoot, man. We'll do all the researching we need to, man. We'll find the blanks. Sometimes I can find pretty good. Phoenix has a lot of sales. Phoenix likes to run a lot of sales. They'll only run them for a little while, but they run quite a bit. Phoenix. You can catch Phoenix. You can catch quite a few Phoenix rods on sale. If you can catch them on sale, that's where you want to go. Get them for a little 30, 40% off on them or something. Stuff like that. Because I can get Phoenix rods through my rod building company or my supply store, Mudhole. They carry Phoenix. Got to be careful here. I want to kind of clean this up a little bit. I don't want to get no impurities on our... Because that's smooth right there, y'all. I mean, this thing's rolling smooth. There ain't no impurities on it. It's looking good. Real good. Y'all see that glass on it? Looks like glass. Another coat or two. Another coat or two, and that'll look good. And stuff. Brady, what's up? Brady Fishes. Man, you're in the right spot, man. We build custom fishing rods. Do a lot of fishing around here, too. Better hit that sub button. I'll sub back. You hit that sub button yet, bro? I'm just kidding, man. I'm just kidding. I'd appreciate it, though. Hit that like and that sub button, brother. I'll sub you back. You got fishes. You got the word fish in your name. I like it. I like it. I like it. Lights flickering a little bit. Appreciate that sub, man. I'll check you back out. I'll check you out too, man. There's a guy selling a lot of good blanks and parts. He sometimes has great deals on blanks. I've not seen a bad one from him yet. He had rain shadow blanks a while back. I bought 20 of them. Who's the guy, Steve? Who's the guy you're talking about? Y'all, this thing looks pretty sweet. Looks like a freaking fishing rod now. What y'all think? That thing was nothing when we started, remember? If you go back to the beginning of this live, this was nothing but a stick. Looked like a pool stick. Now we got that thing looking sweet. It's a 7-foot light spinning rod. This thing's looking good, y'all. Things looking good. We're gonna put some green guides on it. Green to match up with this. A nice bright green to match up with the grips. We're gonna do green on the rod. It's gonna be a green blank. It's gonna have a nice marble job on it. It's gonna look good. Clothes or something like that, huh? Get his info. Appreciate that, Steve. Appreciate that, Steve. Yeah, this rod will look good, y'all. Got that thing looking sweet. Thing is looking sweet. This rod's looking good here too. Down below it. Boom. Put a little bit of epoxy on here. Got a nice marble on there, and it goes straight into that nice thread work right there. Nice marble job up there as well. Boy, that thing is sweet. All the way up to the first guide. It ain't nothing but beauty all the way up to the guide. The first guide. Nothing but beauty. Nothing but beauty all the way up to the first guide. Reggie. Yeah, man. He's on YouTube. YouTube. He's on eBay. I've seen him on eBay before. Yeah, I've seen him on eBay before, I think. Need me a gotcha plug rod more than anything right now. I hear that, man. I hear that, brother. I hear that. Heck yeah. It's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah, but we'll set this rod up. We might not see this rod for a little while. You know, I'm gonna set it up back there and get some of these other rods finished up. Get a few of these other rods finished up, and then we'll get back on this one later on down the road. You know what I mean? Gonna finish this one up here in the next week or so. Got another one we're gonna start getting epoxy on to finish up in this next week or so. Got 3 of them that are gonna be finished up in the next week and a half. Then I'm gonna start 2 more. Well, actually 1 more. This is one of them I was gonna start. So I'm starting this one and starting another one. Then then like always, I'll have about 4 rods at least going at one time, or more. Me and Steve are gonna win that rod. Man, I hope so, man. If you're a subscriber to the page on Facebook, on BigSrod's on Facebook, your chances are 75% better than anybody else's, except for other subscribers. Yeah, this rod is gonna be sweet. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, this rod we're doing right here is gonna be given away. This rod right here is going to be given away to somebody. Could be K-Joke, could be Steve. Both of them have a chance at it. We're going to be shooting it out here on Facebook probably in the next week or 2. You know what I mean? Probably in the next week or 2. Looking at stuff, sorry. I'm a follower. Who's going to kiss my butt? Heck yeah, I appreciate that follow on there too, man. I appreciate that follower on there, man. Appreciate that follow on there. We'll that one's for this if you're a subscriber on the page. But then there's this one right here, man. This one right here is being given away too, y'all. It's crazy, ain't it? It's crazy. This right here is the Patriot. That thing's pretty sweet. It's got a nice American flag, real seat. Ooh, beautiful marble job on it as well. That thing's looking right. That's a catfishing rod. It's 7'6" medium heavy spinning rod. It's well on its way to being done as well. Get you with my business page too. Awesome, man. We'll do that, man. We'll do that, brother. We can definitely do that. Been on here for almost 2 hours, y'all. That's about what I do. About 2 hours usually. We usually run about 2 hours. I've kind of gotten done what we was gonna do tonight. You know, I was gonna get this rod put together and get the little coat on that one. Next time we jump on the live here, I'm not sure when it might be able to do it tomorrow night. I'll probably jump on here for a little while tomorrow night. Tuesday night, I think we got a wrestling tournament, so I'll be busy that night, most likely. Wednesday night, we'll probably jump on here. You know what I mean? We'll jump back on Wednesday night and do our little thing. Do some more rod building. I got a little bit to do on this rod. We got this rod going as well on here. This pink one, hot pink, is for an awesome lady over there. Runs a page here on Facebook called Hookers and Bobbers. Awesome supporter, or has a Hookers and Bobbers page on Facebook. That one's looking sweet too, right there. That one we got about 3 or 4 more guides to put on it, and then we're gonna start putting epoxy work on it. A couple more guides to put on that. You know what I mean? What's your turnaround time like? Man, it depends. It depends. If you're serious about it, you know what I mean, and you got the funds, and because what I do is when I do a rod build, you decide what you want, and we'll get online and we'll get all the stuff that we need to build it, and then that'll be a deposit to get the rod building stuff in. I always take a deposit on the rod building material before I purchase it. I got to get a deposit, and the deposit's non-refundable. And the reason I do that is because it's custom to, I can't return rod building stuff. So if somebody wants me to build them a rod, and it's happened in the past, not saying you would do it, but it's happened in the past where I've ordered specialty stuff for a rod and just bought it and got the stuff, and then the person was like, man, I ain't got the money right now, or hey, I decided not to do it, or I don't want that, and then I'm stuck with this stuff that I got to find a way to use, So I'll do a materials deposit. We'll do that. And then once I get that, then I'll get on the rod pretty good. Usually if I start like this rod right here, say I started it today, within about 2.5 weeks, I could have it finished. But that's from the time I start the rod. If you came to me tomorrow and said, I want you to build me a rod, it's going to be a month before I even get to that point. You know what I mean? Because I got other rods building. So if you wanted a rod built today and you told me today you for sure wanted it, I would probably be getting in contact with you in about a month and a half, and being like, hey, we're ready for the deposit now. It's time to start the rod build. It's kind of how that'll work, you know what I mean? So the turnaround time from the time I start building the rod is about 2.5 weeks. My turnaround time as of right now, if you wanted a rod from right now, is about a month and a half. It'd be good into March before I could start the rod. Because I got 6 rods going right now. You know what I mean? So a full turnaround time, say if you said, hey, I want a rod in the next couple of days, in the next week or so, turnaround time would be about a month and a half. Probably about a month. Because I got a full-time job every day, and then my son's got wrestling all the time, and I stay pretty busy. I stay busy with quite a bit of stuff, so I do this in the evenings, so get pretty good chunks on in the weekends. I can catch up on the weekends sometimes, but if we got tournaments on the weekend and all this crap going on, I can't catch up either, really. The only time I got to work on custom rods is at night. You know what I mean? But man, if you get with me and talk with me, man, and stuff, we'll definitely see about getting you on the list, man. And like I say, if you want on the list, we'll put you on the list. And then I'll contact you when it's time to start. Then I'll contact you when it's time to start building that rod. And I'll ask you again. I'll say, hey, man, you ready to start this rod? If not, I'm going to have to go to next in line. That's how I do it usually. So, if somebody wants one, I'll put them on the list, and then I'll start checking it off. And when I get to you, I'll be like, hey, man, it's time to do the deposit. If you still want to do it, we'll do the deposit, and then we'll get the stuff ordered, and we'll roll from there. So I got you. Cool, man. Good deal, man. I wasn't trying to go off there. I just like to explain stuff to people, give them a good idea of how things work and how I do things and everything, Because some people, they're like, they They tell me they want a fishing rod, and then they're like, yeah, we can do that. And I talk with them and everything, and then they're like, a month and a half? You know, I'm like, oh, sorry, man, you know. I told you I could build your rod. I didn't tell you how quick, you know. A couple other people got a rod build going. I've had a couple people get mad at me, you know. I had a couple get pissed off at me because they're like, whoa, and like literally get mad at me because I was like, it's going to be a month and a half. What? What the heck? Man, I mean, people want rods built, you know what I mean? It's custom rods. It takes a little while to build a rod. If I got 6 rods ahead of you, you know what I mean? You better be lucky it's a month and a half. Shoot. I can kick things in high gear a little more here lately because, you know, wrestling's not quite as demanding as it was when I was doing baseball and I was the coach of the team. That was terrible. I love baseball, love coaching it, but I didn't have time to do anything. You know what I mean? Yeah, my rod would be pretty basic build, like you said, old school style, thread work, etc. I got you, man. See, that wouldn't be too bad once we got going on it, you know. That's right. Decent. I want a good working rod and everything. That's like my old slime rod back here. This is my personal rod I use. I mean, it looks good. It's nice, but it's basic. It's got green grips, green thread work, green reel seat, green blank. I mean, it all fades in together. You can't really tell it, you know. It's got the grip, the nice little green on it. I mean, it pops because it's a nice green rod. I mean, I did that on purpose. I wanted old green slime rod like that. But this is a basic, real light rod. I went real easy on the thread works, on the thread work on all of it and stuff. I mean, it's a basic build, you know what I mean? Ain't a whole lot to it. Ain't a whole lot to it. That's what I like right there. That rod didn't take a whole long time to build, you know what I mean? A little bit of thread work, epoxy, boom, I was done with it. I have a decal on it, but you can't see it because it's green. The decal's green too. To build a custom rod like that. Uh-oh. Lost y'all for a minute. I apologize. Went in and out just now for a minute. I heard some builders say they have as much as a year waiting list. I don't ever want to be that busy. No, I don't want to get that busy either. That's why I slow off a lot. That's why a lot of times I'll tell people, you know, and you know what I mean? I'll do anybody that wants a rod, but there's times where I stop. Like right now, you know what I mean? It's like there's times where I'll get and I'll be like, hey, let me stop for a minute. I'm going to take about a month off, you know what I mean? Not a month off from rod building, but I'll tell people I just got done doing that. I had to take about 2 or 3 months before I tell people, hey, you know, I don't know when I'll get to you. You know what I mean? I'll tell them something crazy, but like, looks like about 3 months out, you know, which technically it might be a month and a half out, but you know, you'll hear from me when it's time, and if you're ready to go, we can go. If not, I'll move on to the next person. But I don't get caught up on nothing or stressed out, or I don't go crazy on it. I first started building rods, I got to where I got backed up so bad, and it made me almost want to quit doing it. You know, make sure you hit that like button. Appreciate that, Steve. Appreciate that, man. He said, if I got to wait a year, I'm going to buy a factory rod. I don't blame you. I don't blame you, man. I'll check you out, though. True Carolina. Y'all, we're going to wrap this up. We've been on here close to 2 hours now. I got to, it's 1 a.m. here on the East Coast. I'm, got to make sure I got a little dude back there. School's canceled tomorrow, and work wants me to come in a little bit late, so I'm going to get him settled in, do all that, and get a few things cleaned up, and I gotta get myself into bed as well, you know what I mean? Steve said, I ain't waiting a year either. I don't blame y'all. Alright, man, I appreciate y'all jumping in here. Appreciate y'all checking me out, watching me build these rods. Like I said, tomorrow night, I'll probably come on for a little while tomorrow night. We'll probably get a little bit in, and then I'll jump, you know, like I said, Tuesday night, we'll probably be off. We might jump back on a little bit. You know what I mean? See you later, True Carolina. Steve, see you later too, man. See you later too. Lou, thank you. Thank you for joining us. You have a great night. Y'all make sure y'all, if y'all in the way of that storm, be safe, everybody. Make sure y'all are good, all right? K. Joe Turner, appreciate you like always, brother. Like always, man, I appreciate you. Y'all, until the next time, we'll catch y'all for another rod build. Big S Rods, getting ready to sign off.